Hello everybody, Happy New Year, and yes, it is me, I am here and I'm just about alive. Feeling a heck of a lot better than I have been for the last 4 weeks. Thank you for all your messages and concern. So I figured I'd come on live this evening and share with you one of the most exciting things at the beginning of any new year. Hi Lorraine, as a Stampin' Up demonstrator, which is Salebration. And for anybody who hasn't heard about Salebration, it's basically a chance to get your hands on absolutely free stuff. Now, there is a minimum purchase of £45, but every £45 you spend, hi Elizabeth, on either product from either the catalogue or the brand new catalogue, you can choose from the Salebration catalogue free. It looks like this. I have sent out a newsletter today with the link to how to get your hands on it. I will be putting some in the post. Hi Joanna. So first of all, without further ado, I'll just switch over and I'll just show you some of what's available behind this catalogue. So inside the catalogue we have, as always, the various places it's available, and this is the icons to watch out for. So we have, hi Fran, hi Joanna, this product is free with at least £45. Some of them are distinctive inks to create different opacities, and these are the ones from the languages they're available in. So we have adorable owls. Hi Mum. We have thanks a bunch. Who knew carrots were a thing? We have this amazing paper, dainty flowers. You get a whole pack of those beautiful flowers there. Another farm one, another lot of paper. Really useful set here called Sending Support, and all of these you can see I've got the blue disc. Hi Katie, and they're available free. This is called Sending Support. There's some more papers. I'm not keen on these, but hey ho, other people will find them amazing. And then you go towards the back, we've got a lovely stamp here which is ideal for watercolouring, called In the Country. Beautifully happy. Now this one is where you see it changes, and it's £90. And you've then got this one, which is the one you're going to see a bit of tonight. This I think is brilliant. For £90, if you've spent £90 or you've upgraded your inks or you've bought something brand new, you can have a whole pack of 48 pieces of designer series paper, all 12-inch. And you can see in here there's lots of ideas as to what to do with them, so all sorts of through the year. And then just very briefly, this is what, if you host or you put through an order of 150, you can get the Scenic Garden. And the best thing of all of this Salebration, I've never known an offer like this. You can join us for either £125 and get £170 worth of product plus a mini emboss in blue or white. This is the new colour, boho blue. Or you can spend £99 and have £170 worth of product. So there we go, done my selling for tonight. Now what I thought I'd do is I'm going to use some of the Salebration things. So I'm starting with the adorable owls. I wasn't going to get this, I'll be honest, they weren't my thing. However, we sat at On Stage Live in Vienna and watched Kevin, who's one of our top bods, colour this, and I was sold. So without further ado, I'm going to show you a card I've made with those owls in a moment. But first of all, the fold for the card was actually given to me by Edward, who I think actually created it for my Christmas, and it's very lovely. This is what he made using some of the Lights of Glow paper, and I just loved that. So what I've done is I told you about these dandy design papers, and there's 12 of them. I don't touch anything because it's all flying off. Just a moment. And I've used the selection that go with the mango melody even. I folded my card similarly, but there's also in this same set greens, the balmy blue, fresh freesia, pale papaya, calypso coral. You have to agree, these are absolutely stunning. You can use them any time of the year for absolutely any project. So there we go. So tonight, as I say, I've chosen to choose, yes I did choose to choose, I've chosen some of the orangey yellowy ones, and I'm just going to, so this card is a full length of cardstock cut at just under about 14.8. That's the ordinary score at 10.5 centimeters. Hi Ed, I'm just showcasing the card you created. 6, 5 and a little piece for the front. If you wanted to, you could do fancy edges. So I've just picked up, I'm going for this side here, I'm going for this one here, I'm just gluing them in here. These, as I say to anybody who's just joining me, these are the dandy designs. So that's that side, and as always I'll just make sure it's straight and get my wiggle room going. Gosh, this is only about the second card I've made this year. Who knew? Anyway, I'm better. I'm going to be better. I'm determined to be better. I'm then going to put the orange stars. This is Calypso Coral. As I say, the card I'm using is Mango Melody. And then I'm going to use this little piece. It's a lovely card fold, Edward. And then I'm going to put this one on, so you bring in the third colour, a little bit of white to lighten it. And then I'm going to use the yellow stars as a little bit of continuity. Oh, let me make sure I've got them the right way round. No, I'm not. I nearly did it wrong. Nearly shot myself in the foot. Ah, that was what I was going to ask you. Do we want... Oh no, we definitely don't want stripes. I think we'll stay with squares. It's getting a bit loud. These are very psychedelic, these cards. This is from the Bright collection and the Subtles, but together they're quite in your face if you're not careful. There we go. And then just to do the front, you can see how it's a lovely card for using all sorts of paper, and I'm just going to bring that round. I suppose I could put a third one in there as well. And this is one of my favourites, which is it's got yellow stars on the back, but it's also got these lovely little pretty fresh spring flowers, because I really had enough of using Christmas papers. So okay, so there we go. Yes, I definitely think I need to cut a piece to pop in there, but we'll find one in a minute. Okay, now over to the owls. So I'm going to show you something that I have discovered. You can stamp your owl with whatever you want to stamp him with. However, I'm going to go for this one here, and instead of stamping him in a black, I'm going to stamp him tonight in crumb cake, and you'll see why in a minute, I hope, if it works. So make sure you get your, because they're new stamps, I always like to give them a good what's it. These are red rubber with the cling. There we go. I only want a very fine outline. I'm going to stamp him down there, and then I'm going to bring in my blends, and you'll see I've got the light crumb cake, and I'm just going to add, because it's tempting with the owls to go really dark, but I spotted another lady, American demonstrator I believe, did it with the pale colours, and it reminded me that actually life doesn't have to always be dark. So you can just, let me use the finer tip. There we go, because they're quite fine, these little owls. Pop him on, colour him in, and I won't make you sit and watch me colour for hours, but yeah, you can see I'm going to do him like so, and I'm going to bring in the slightly darker one to add a little bit of shading. I'll come round here under the bottom of his wings, down his tummy down there, and I'm going to just use the blendy end to blend that in. Oh, there we go, blend him in. You see how by adding a bit more on the top, that's the beauty of these pens. There we go, that's better. And then I'm going to use, let's just add a little bit more. There we go. Need a little bit more than I gave him. But can you see, by not using the black ink, you lose the outline. So let's have a see. Let's go for his eyes. Now we're going to go for his bow tie in pink, like so. and I'm going to use the light balmy blue for his eyes, and I just thought it looked really quite cute. I'm going to put a little bit of pink on his ears up there, and I'm going to bring in a little bit of yellow. Yes, I'm awaiting a delivery on tomorrow, hopefully. There we go. And I'm just going to bring in the, oh, let's see, let me see whether I like this colour or not. No, I'm going to leave his face. I'm going to just add a bit more light to his tummy, like so. And then I'm going to pop a little bit of yellow on his beak. Now I'm sure some of you out there are cringing at my colouring, but we're giving it a go. And then I discovered that I thought, actually, I love this punch. This is the punch like so, and I'm just going to take him and punch him out, because I could sit and fussy cut him, but anybody who knows me very well, I don't do fussy cutting. So there we go, and you'll get the gist in a minute. I'm not going to cut them all out. I'll post a picture of the finished card, but what I will do is I'll pop him on the front like so. But before, another little tip: use the same punch, and I'm punching him in the Mango Melody. Use your trimmer or your snips and just carefully trim that in half, so that when you stick it on, you can give him a bit of an edge, like so. So I'll just glue him in place. I'll put a little bit on that side and a little bit on that side, and he's going to go on there. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing, and just on there. Okay, wiggly, oops, wiggly wiggled, I wiggled too far. Oh, I've got the wiggles now. There we go. And he will be going on the front here. And then what I'm also going to do, I've got a white piece here that is going to go on the inside, and I'll just show you. I'm going to use the slightly darker soft suede, and I'm going to bring the little owl that flies, this one, I'm going to bring him in to the party, and I'm going to add him to the bottom. And so you get the idea just by using the slightly darker ink, because this one I might not colour on the inside. Just make sure it's working again. And I'm just going to put him so he's just flown in to say hello. And then that one, well, I shall use a sentiment that says happy birthday or such like. I'm just going to show you. That's going to go in there like so. And all the owls that will get cut and stuck like so. Now let's have a see. Let's move the owls out of the way and this lovely paper, and let's move my scissors back out of the way so I don't stab myself again. I stabbed myself when I take a pic this morning. Anyway, so that's one thing. Now, for those of you who know us and know about Retford Hub, we couldn't believe it's taken them 5 years, bit out of date, but we actually have a carrot stamp. It's called Thanks a Bunch. It's completely free, as I say, with a £45 order. It has carrots, it has leaves, it has big carrots, little carrots and small, medium-sized carrots, and some fascinating phrases. I'm sorry, but I don't know who I'm going to tell that everything's coming up like carrots. And for the first card, what I've done is I've taken some more of the Dandy Delight DSP. This is Pear Pizzazz, and it's the one that's like that. And I'm going to glue that on there first of all, like so. Oh, it's so nice to be back crafting and actually be awake enough to. Let's hope I'm on the mend. There we go. So that, again, instant, really smart, wouldn't need an awful lot to add to it. So again, because I don't want you to just have to sit and watch me colour and whatever, what I've done, only I've lost them, somewhere under here, I have got a little white piece that's going to go on the front like so. Again, I'm just going to glue that on, but before I glue it on, I'm going to take, ow, hands are sore, I'm going to take the middle carrot and some little leaves, there they are, and I'm just going to take the pumpkin pie and garden green, and I'm going to grab the carrot. Who knew I'd be stamping carrots? And I'm going to move that piece out of the way. I'm going to just stamp a couple of carrots, as you do in your spare time. I think this is lovely, this stamp. I really do. Quite like carrots. Now, for those of you wondering what I'm talking about, the Hub was a community centre that Hus Christopher and I set up in 2015, and we had to have a logo, and our logo was the carrot, because Nottinghamshire at that time, I think it still is, was the country's largest producer of Chantenay carrots, the tiny ones. So we decided that carrots would be a way to go, because the idea with the logo is that you, actually I'm going to keep the green out, you have something that people recognise, and certainly people knew about our carrots. Let's put that somewhere very safe where I don't lose it, because I hate these tiny stamps. Right, so what's it going to say? I think we're going to have thanks, because that's quite a useful card at the moment. It would be if I could see the one. And that's another thing with these, even if you can't imagine who you're ever going to give Everything's Coming Up carrots, there's a lovely thanks and there's a love you in here, so it's quite a good card sentiment. Right, let's go for the green, and I'm just going to pop that one on there, on there, and on there, and oops, all these new cases. Let's get him safe, and then I'm going to bring the card back in. Hi Caroline. And there we go. I'm going to pop it on there like so, line him up, there we go, and there's one I made earlier. Oh, it's a bit big, I should have sort of measured that first, but that's going to go on there. Perhaps I need another thanks. Let's have another thanks at the bottom. Let's have another thanks. We'll have an orange thanks as well. Down there. I'm going to grab some dimensionals. I'm going to put some carrots on that, dimensionals on my carrots, as you do. It's so lovely to see everybody back again. I certainly have missed crafting, but as I say, really only just got the energy to do something about it. There we go. So there's a very unusual thank you card. I can't imagine who I'm going to give it to, so watch out, because it might be coming your way. But thanks ever so much. So, and then I expect one or two of you who have been on Facebook on the Stampin' Up sites will have seen this happen. Several ladies have discovered it. I've got a piece of white card here and a selection of greens, and if you've been on the Facebook you will have seen it. I know for a fact my friend Michaela has done this. If you take, I've lost them, if you take the large carrot, who knew, like so, take the large carrot, which is the carrot I've just used. If you remember, I'll just show you again. This is the carrot that I used to create the carrots on there. If you take said carrot, put him on your block, but keep your card nice and straight. Use your grid paper and bring in, yeah, I've been very unwell, Caroline. I've had COVID, I've got an abscess. Yeah, it's quite good fun here. Who knew that you can turn carrots into trees? I haven't lost the plot. You'll see what I mean in a minute. I'll get a third one in there. And then I'm going to change to the Pear Pizzazz and just make sure I've got that off of there. And I'm going to squeeze a Pear Pizzazz tree in there and another one in there. Oops, that's the beauty of these polymer stamps. You can actually see and go back and redo it. And then no, I'm going to turn that over. Not fond of that one. We'll try again. Get it a bit more central this time. 1, 2. Oh, Looby Loo, slow down. Block's rocking. Nope, definitely going to this side. It'll have to stay there. We'll squeeze another pale green one in on this end. That'll help. And then the other interesting thing that's happening in the stamp set is you can get this big piece here, which is supposed to be the shading on your carrot, but if you grab a block, of which there's a few thousand here, grab a block, turn it over like so, and instead of using it as shading on your carrots, you bring it in at the bottom. You can see very quickly you've got some grass. And I just thought that was so clever and so effective. And then all you need, I love these trees, I think they're great fun. Who knew that you could create trees with carrots? And then you just need a nice dark brown and just give them all a trunk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I'm going to get a third green. I'll get some garden green and just add a little bit more green at the bottom to make sure your trees aren't floating halfway across the sky. There we go. And then what you can do is I'll just bob round and trim that trimmer off where I've just inked it. Hang on, let me just take that top off. And I've then used a bit more of this lovely DSP that I was talking about and some Pear Pizzazz, and somewhere on here is a little piece that I cut earlier, which I've now lost. Hang on, oh no, there it is. And this was the one, if you remember the carrots, what I'm doing is using the other side, the spots, just to show you how versatile this paper is. And if you haven't got your hands on any and you want some, you need to let me know and I'll explain how. And that's just going to go on there like so. I'm then going to grab some dimensionals, and as I say, it's great fun. It's nice to have a stamp set that you can actually use in a different way, inset cleverly. And I'm just going to pop that, oops, just on there like so. And then I've got some strips here. I'm going to go for the garden green, I think, and I'm going to use, which sentiment shall we use? Let's have a look. A sentiment from this set. I think we're going to just say it looks like spring. I do hope it does soon. It needs to stop raining. There we go. I'm going to grab another block, and it's going to say Oh, yes, I think it will just fit on there. Let's have a try. If not, I'll find a bigger piece of scrap. Yes. A bit squidged. Now that'll do us. Little bit squidged. I'd like a little bit more room around it, but you know what. And then I'm just going to do a fishtail, if you remember. Cut to the middle, find the points, and going to pop him on there, again on some dimensionals, and I'll find a bit of sparkle. I love this DSP. Thank you everybody, I'm thoroughly enjoying this. And then I'm just going to bring in a couple of sparkles, and if you've got a masculine card, I think these trees are going to be quite useful. And just pop that on there, and I'm going to pop another one. Maybe I'm not actually. No, I'm not. I'm just going to put one on. Less is more. So there we go. There's a few ideas from our Salebration catalogue. We've got, as I say, the Thanks a Bunch, which I've used to create one with trees and one with carrots. I'm sure I can think of somebody who really appreciate having carrots, even if it's just my husband. And then we use the adorable owls, and I haven't quite finished him yet, but I created the fancy fold with all the different DSPs. He's going to go in the middle with a phrase that I'll think of, and he'll pop, there'll be one on the front as well. Well, in fact there might be more than one on the front. I might have a play, we'll see. He'll go on there somewhere, but that would be a lovely little owl as well if you were doing a baby card, because you've got It's Your Day or Hoot Hoot, You're So Cute. So I hope you've enjoyed that this evening. I will just come back and see you before I go. It's been great fun. As I say, I am back to relatively normal now. I have sent out a newsletter tonight explaining some of these offers that are in this Salebration catalogue. If you do want some more information, do just send me a message or pick up the phone and talk to me. Particularly those of you who are considering joining Stampin' Up. It is an amazing adventure. As you know, we've been all over the world. You don't have to do that. You can just use it as an ideal opportunity to grow your stash of wonderful products. It still is the £99, which I think is incredible. And finally, one last push. For those of you who've seen it, lots of you have joined, but if you do want to take part in the Global Craft Retreat, which is happening from the 17th and 18th of February, just drop me a message. There's myself, Connie from Ontario, Terry in Iowa, and Sarah in Victoria, Australia, and we will all be crafting in 2-hour slots to provide you with 8 different makes and takes. You get the kit provided to your door. You get added to a Facebook group, which is then, when we go live, it's recorded and put into the group so you can see what's going on and have a go at make along with us. Even I don't watch them all live. Much as I love Connie, I'm not watching at 4 o'clock in the morning. But anyway, so thanks ever so much for joining me. I am feeling better. Thanks for all your good wishes. Have a great new year, and hopefully we'll all get to craft together soon. Take care. Bye.